Public Safety Beer and Regulated Beverages meeting to order, and we have a quorum. So we'll start with resolutions, a public hearing, Resolution RS 2018-1288, Kendall and Hurt. Exempts Jefferson Street Cafe from the minimum distance requirements for obtaining a beer permit. There is a letter to approve.
So moved.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All for?
Yep.
Any against? Any abstentions? Moving right along, Resolution RS 2018-1293, Vircher and Roberts approves a contract between the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services and the National Fire Department, authorizing the state to pay the metro government for emergency transportation services.
So moved.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Any for? All for?
Yep.
Any against? Moving along, Resolution RS 2018-1294, Vircher and Roberts. A resolution accepting a grant from the Tennessee Highland Rim Healthcare Coalition to the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Nashville Fire Department for an ambibus conversion kit to transform a 2003 Bluebird bus into a large ambulance capable of treating and transporting multiple patients.
Great idea.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All for?
Would you just for the public's benefit,
Sure.
would you explain what this one is?
We get a bus surplus to us from the school board, has agreed to give us a bus. The Highland Rim gives us a conversion kit where we can go in, take all the seats out of the bus, put stretchers in it, a ramp up the back, wheelchair accessible, and we can haul 12 to 18 patients depending on how we set it up in the case of a mass casualty incident.
Excellent.
Actually, for the one bus, we're doing the same thing that 6 to 7 ambulances could do. So
That's great.
Thank
But if
you.
you got no paramedics, come in.
That's a whole other issue.
that's a whole nother.
I think
So we have-
you don't have to use it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
exactly.
kidding.
Hopefully we'll use it more in a rehab situation like the 4th of July or the concert we had at the Speedway.
Heat
fairgrounds
exposure,
the other
that kind of
day,
thing,
Right,
yeah.
where we had multiple patients that really just needed to get out of the elements more so than they did. We've just got air conditioning, heating that we can pull people into and let them rehab.
That's great.
I think it's a fabulous idea.
All right, we have a second. All for?
Yep.
Any against? Resolution RS 2018-1295, Withers, Vircher, and Roberts approves an application for a port security grant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to the Office of Emergency Management to protect maritime critical infrastructure and support overall port resilience and recovery capabilities.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? All for?
Yeah.
Any against? Any abstentions? Resolution RS 2018-1308, that's this Councilman Scott Davis, requests that a Davidson County Sheriff, the Nashville Fire Department Chief, and the Director of Public Property Administration declare properties at 500 and 506 2nd Avenue North to be surplus upon the vacancy thereof.
We have a letter.
We do not have a letter. Push that to the heel. Push it to the heel. You can get it.
We'll have to do it again later.
Okay.
Oh, there he is right there. Scott. You're going to explain this one.
So the sponsor is here.
Sorry, I was in personnel committee.
No problem. So would you like to
So moved.
elaborate? So moved. Do we have a second? Would you like to elaborate, or do we have some specific questions?
Councilman?
And which bill is this for? Sorry, it was intense.
That's okay.
fighting there.
That's okay. 2018-1308, asking that the sheriff, the fire department, and the property administration declare 500 and 506 2nd Avenue North.
I'm going to defer with a brief explanation.
You don't need to explain it here, though, right? I wouldn't be in sarcastic.
We're just trying to find money for the raises. That's all. We're going to explore.
I think that horse is milked the building, but
But we still got to try. I mean, so we'll
For
defer.
one meeting.
And also,
I move that per the sponsor's request, we defer for one meeting.
All in favor?
Yep.
It's Scott, I was not being sarcastic
I know you weren't.
at all.
I know you weren't.
I promise.
I shouldn't have to convince a room full of Democrats why we shouldn't be in bed with private prison.
There's a Republican in the room.
The whole room wasn't Democrat.
There's a Republican or two in the
I
room.
was going to say there might be more than one.
It's a nonpartisan office we hold. Let's move on.
Nonpartisan
Bills on second. Substitute Bill BL 2018-1202, LROD. Amends the Metro Code of Laws to regulate dockless bicycle and scooter operators and to establish a permitting system.
So moved.
We have a second?
Got a question?
Bill, isn't it?
No, is that from on the second substitute for approval?
We have
I
some-
want to talk about it.
Question of the scooter company?
So do we have a second before we,
Second.
okay. Councilman Elrod, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, this sets up the permitting system for companies like Bird. There's been at least one other company that wants to come to Nashville. Puts in place a pretty stringent regulatory process for them. They have to get a permit from the Transportation Licensing Commission, which is Billy Fields' commission. There's a per fee on per scooter or bike. There's it reinforces the prohibition on riding on sidewalks, and even puts in a $25 fine on the scooter, similar like a parking ticket that if you do ride on a scooter or bike on a sidewalk or improperly park it. And so what I would ask is that we adopt the second substitute, defer second reading for one meeting so that the Traffic and Parking Commission can make the recommendation before our next meeting.
So we have the substitute,
Per the
so,
sponsor's request, I make a motion we approve the second substitute and defer one meeting.
second? All four?
And just
Oh,
before,
yes, sure.
they will be able to meet before, the commission will be able to meet.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes. If we take that action tonight, it's my understanding that on July 30th, they'll hold a special meeting just on this ordinance.
Okay, okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, I meant
Councilman Davis, do you have a question?
Yes. Thank you. But also, and maybe it might be for Sam, you here?
Yes, sir.
All right. I was this is a concern because a lot of people leave these things where they did on the sidewalk. Okay, and my nephew, even though he didn't do it, said, Uncle Scott, we can hack those. Okay, can the kids hack? Because my thing is especially on Gallatin, you got the schools right there to get out, and I could just see some of my middle schoolers and high schoolers from East coming outside and seeing the scooters and just ride along. As far as you know, can those things be hacked?
The hacking question, I think is very difficult because it's all proprietary stuff that we have. If you remove what they call the brain on the top, it's useless. What I can tell you is we require that the user be 18, have a valid driver's license and a credit card, and obviously all that is connected to one account on a smartphone, right? And those cannot be duplicated across multiple accounts and things like that in case somebody got a credit card or a phony license or something like that. So we do have protections in place to make sure that indeed it's one individual who's over 18 with a valid driver's license, right?
Any other questions? So per request of the sponsor, we'll defer the substitute. All in favor?
No. We're going to, the motion on the table, I believe, is to move the second substitute,
Adopt it. and then-
adopt the second substitute, and defer for one meeting.
Sorry about that. You're correct. Do we have a second for that?
Yes.
So we do. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against?
Thank you all.
This
Thank you,
meeting is officially adjourned.
Maybe we'll pass that one day.
I'm trying.
Free the bird.
I'm trying my best.
Free the bird.
Thank you all.